Today what we're going to look at is two examples of similarity when we use the coordinate plane. So for example, if I give you triangle DEF and it has the coordinates of 0, 0, negative 3, 4, and 3, 4, we need to first graph these points. So D is at 0, 0, E is at negative 3, 4, and F is at 3, 4. Okay, here's our first triangle. One thing that we really need to practice is how to dilate this image, okay? And when I do that is when you have a scale factor, and that scale factor is when you multiply it by a number. So this is by 2. So every number gets multiplied by 2. So D does not change. E, on the other hand, when you multiply it by 2, you're going to get a new point, negative 6, 8. Okay, so if we graph negative 6, 8, it would be here, and I'm going to label it G. And then the next one, when you multiply it by 2, you're going to get 6, 8. And we're going to label that H. Okay, and connect the dots. So now it looks like some of those triangles that we have already seen. Okay, it says, can you prove triangle DEF, which is the small one, similar to DGH by angle, angle? The first thing that we can say is that we have a reflexive angle. We can say angle D is congruent to angle D. What we also see is that GH and EF are parallel. They have the same slope. They're parallel. Therefore, we can say that H and F are corresponding. Therefore, corresponding angles are congruent. So you can say angle H is congruent to angle F. And therefore, these are similar by angle, angle similarity. Okay, on your homework, what we just did is mathematical proof, okay, by showing the marks and explaining complete sentences. So I need you to tell me in your homework that these two triangles are similar because, and to give me a sentence. The next one gets a little bit more difficult. I apologize that I did not change these on the video, but they are changed in your notes. So this is triangle HOY, and this is triangle HCK. Okay, so they are changed in your notes, just not in the video. So what we need to do is first graph these two triangles. So H is at 0, 0. O is negative 2, 3. And Y is 2, 3. Okay, so here's our first triangle. And the second triangle is 0, 0, negative 6, 9. And then K is 6, 9. Okay, so here's our second triangle. The question is, are these two triangles similar? Now, we know that we have a reflexive side. And if we can prove that the sides are proportional, then we would have a side angle side similarity, if you remember that. Okay, so what is the slope of O to H? Well, it's down 3 over 2, negative 3 over 2. If this side matches from C to H, then we would have a similar side. They are proportional. So we go down 9 to the right 6. So that's negative 3 over 2. Those match, those sides are proportional. Has to go for the same thing here. It can be different than negative 3 over 2, but you have to have a proportional side. So from here, we're going to go up 3 over 2. And so your other slope has to match that. So that's up 9 over 6, which simplifies to 3 over 2. Since these match, then you have similar sides. Okay, so we just provided mathematical proof showing that you have two similar sides, that your ratios are the same, which is the scale factor, so it'd be 3/2, and then an explanation of why they are, because they are similar, they reduce to the same ratio. We have a reflexive angle, so we had sides that are similar and a reflexive angle that's congruent. Therefore, they are similar by side, angle, side. Now again, if one of these happens to be switched, like let's say this one was 2/3, then they are not similar. Therefore, they're not proportional. Therefore, these triangles are not similar. So you have to take a look at that. In your homework tonight, you have numbers 40 through 42. I know some of you have already tried it. Make sure you go back and write your answers in um, complete sentences and explaining why. So good luck on that. Have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday.